On to some college football. The games of the week. Emerson's USC Trojans beat Nick Warren's Colorado Buffaloes 48-41. USC led 48-21 late in the third quarter. Caleb Williams, Jesus, he had 6 touchdowns,
Yeah.
403 yards.
This dude's nice, dude.
He's nice.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of all USC. They seemed to let the foot off the gas pedal a little bit, and Colorado made it interesting. So tip the cap to them for that. But I mean, realistically, this was USC's game. Colorado's still having some issues on defense. So
Really tough for Colorado to have to play Oregon and USC back to back.
right, and it's the schedule's not really going to get any easier in the Pac-12 because the Pac-12 was actually pretty damn good this year.
Yeah.
They're clearly still somewhere in the middle, maybe even lower middle. So I think the hype train is coming to a halt here.
A little bit.
Yeah,
A little bit.
I still think like Shadur is a really solid quarterback. He looks like probably has some NFL potential.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to get like too far ahead of ourselves, but yeah, I think they got a good team. Or he's a good player. They don't really have a good all around team. And I heard something earlier this year. I want to say it might have been Joel Klatt when he was on the Herd, saying how this is probably the worst team he would ever play for Colorado. Like if he wants to come back next year and maybe improve his draft stock and make some money from NIL, he could do that.
Well, and let's be honest here. Shedeur Sanders is not hurting for cash.
No.
I mean, I'm not saying Deion Sanders is giving him money and doing all those kind of things, but I imagine things are okay for Shedeur Sanders.
They're doing just fine.
In the money department.
I saw that his deals for NIL this year are worth about $5 million. So, so he's got his own money, and then I'm sure Dad is helping out in some respects as well.
So my dad, he's kind of on the Colorado hype wagon a little bit, which isn't surprising. My dad, I don't really know how to word this. I mean, I won't even say it. My dad loves black culture. He just does. And I do too. I do too.
That's fair.
I think that's where I get it from a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think he loves how Colorado has like this swagger and swagger. See,
Yeah. Yeah.
Swagger.
Big swagger guy over here.
And they have the celebrities on the sidelines and all that. And I think it's cool too. I think it's good for college football. I think it's cool that there's a team that has this kind of, magnifying glass on it.
Yeah, I mean it's a fun atmosphere they got going on.
So what I'm getting at is when I got home from work on Saturday, he's like, Colorado, if they would have had one more drive, if they would have one more drive. I mean, he's not like a fan.
Yeah.
I respect him since he's moved in. He's tried his best to keep up.
Yeah.
He'll even tell me things I didn't. I was like, oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
So he's like, man, if they had one more drive, he's like, they would have tied it up for sure.
The game's only 60 minutes, Mitch.
Yeah, no, I know it. Yeah. But it's funny because we'll talk about Colorado given the circumstance. Because we were talking about the Colorado State game a few weeks ago and how
that was a fun game.
Colorado was close.
Yeah.
So, who do they play next week? Do we know?
I didn't look. I think it's not I want to say it's an unranked team. Yeah. So
here's the thing with Colorado, they might become irrelevant really quickly.
Yeah.
But we're still probably going to talk about them on a bi-weekly basis, depending on
what if they keep games interesting, I think that's all they got to do to stay relevant at this point. Yeah.
Georgia beat Auburn 27-20. Homegrown, our boy Brock Bowers. What'd you say?
I was going to say Brock.
Oh, Brock Bowers. Our boy. 8 receptions, 157 yards, game-winning 40-yard touchdown with less than 3 minutes left. Also, future Cowboy Brock Bowers.
Did you see that touchdown he scored? It was pretty nice. He broke a couple tackles, and he can run, dude. I didn't realize how fast he is.
He's going to be a top 10 pick.
Probably. I kind of feel like he's a top 10 pick.
That's just so crazy.
I'm not some expert, but he looks like the part,
Yeah. Because I would imagine he's coming out this year.
I would think so. It would make
unless he's making really good NIL money, which he could be. I don't know.
Being like a tight end though, like that's not a super. I mean, I guess it's getting more popular to be a tight end, but I don't know.
And I joke about the Cowboys getting him, but the Cowboys could use a good tight end.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think it's that crazy.
Yeah,
I don't think. Hopefully the Cowboys don't have a terrible, run of the mill season.
Right. Yeah, because they would have to. At this point, they're gonna have to trade up to get him, unless they fall apart.
Which I don't see them doing that.
Right. This is another week though where Georgia has not been super impressive. Like they've had to kind of scratch and claw to win a game.
I couldn't agree more.
So it's I don't know if it's just them. You know, obviously they don't have who was that quarterback they had the last couple of years who won the Natty. Obviously Stetson Bennett. So new quarterback situation. Maybe they're just still getting a feel for this season, but I like they're still ranked number one. But I don't know that I think of them as the clear cut number one team in the nation right now.
I agree. They're not just blowing people out.
They're not doing what you would generally think a number one team would do.
And I think a big part of that is Stetson Bennett not being the quarterback anymore.
Yeah, and it's not that he was like a world beater, but he was just steady. You could rely on him.
And he knew the offense from being there for a couple of years.
Exactly.
The quarterback playing right now doesn't have enough.
He just doesn't have the experience.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think it'll be interesting to see how that plays out going. I mean, the SEC always is going to be a tough schedule, so you can't slip up. So they're going to have to, play a little better than they have.
One of the games of the week, Ole Miss Hotty Toddy beat LSU 55-49.
That was a hell of a game.
1,300 yards of offense between both teams. Jackson Dart, which is one of the best names in college football.
It is a good name. You got to give it to him.
Game-winning touchdown pass with 39 seconds left. Excuse me. I texted James at the very end of this game. That's pretty much when I caught it.
Yeah. So you saw the final plays, like when LSU had a chance.
Yeah.
Fuck. That was wild. Ooh, Seahawks defense looking good. Is he gonna house it?
That's to the house.
Oh, he's got to get there. Unless number 0 gets there. Damn, 99-yard touchdown interception.
That's really good for my defense.
Gage is in a big fantasy battle right now.
Yeah, that pretty much shielded me.
That did. Yeah.
Thank you. I texted James, I'm like, dude, are you watching this game right now? Thinking that he was.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm at a wedding.
Oh,
he's like, I'm live streaming it on my phone.
Yeah.
No, he said he was game casting it.
Oh, okay.
Which, if you know what that is, you're not seeing the plays like we are watching this game.
Yeah, you're just like seeing what happened.
Play by play, and it's just not the same.
Yeah.
I should have just given him my plug for the how to watch games.
Yeah.
But,
Right.
So I was kind of giving him play by play before he probably saw it in the game cast, and then.
I didn't realize he was at a wedding because I texted him after the game. I was like, damn, hell of a win. And he's like, I don't remember what he said, something stupid. Like James usually does. But
he was just saying how a lot of people there, I think it might have been a Mississippi connection, the reason why he was there. Because
gotcha. A lot of people
were
dialed
Ole
in.
Miss dialed in. So.
Gotcha.
Really cool. Ole Miss only has one loss this year.
They have a chance to get to the SEC championship game for sure.
I told him, I was like, the playoff chances for you,
it's not over.
It's not over.
They got to win out, probably.
They have to win out.
Yeah. And they need some help because they need Alabama to lose because they lost Alabama last week.
To me, LSU's, they're done. They have 2 losses.
Yep.
Pretty much effectively over.
Yeah, I mean, it would have to be a weird season for them to get in with 2 losses.
So.
But yeah, crazy game. I mean, the fact that LSU got the ball down to like the 20-yard line right at the end. But yeah, no defense at all in this game.
Notre Dame beat Duke 21-14. Help me out with this name, please.
Oh, Audric Estime.
Thank you.
Yeah.
30-yard touchdown run with 31 seconds left. Sam Hartman, the heartthrob of college football.
You caught the end of this game too, right?
Yes.
Or at least most of it.
Heartthrob of college football, 17-yard scramble on 4th and 16 during the game-winning drive.
That was a hell of a run. When he decided to take off, I'm like, oh, that's ballsy. But he just barely got there. That was nice.
Yeah, because we were texting about this, and you really wanted it for Duke.
Yeah, because they came back, because weren't they? I want to say they were down at least 10-0, if not 13.
So I wanted to text you, Duke football school, question mark?
Right.
Because Duke's obviously known for their basketball.
Right. And they already have a good one against Clemson, and that could have been another one.
And they got some clean uniforms.
Yeah, they are clean.
They're not that bad.
Yeah, I like them too. They work.
Notre Dame, second week in a row.
It's just absolute nail biter.
Nail biter.
I don't think they're just not really that good. They're obviously Notre Dame. They're always going to be interesting, but they're just not quite that team this year.
I would love to go to a game at Notre Dame.
That'd probably be fun.
I think it'd be awesome.
They look like they got a good stadium.
It's
not like, I don't know if it's in my top 5, but it's definitely would be cool to go there.
Yeah, it's Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Do you want to recap our picks from week 5?
Yeah, let's do that.
I gotta say, the picks for college, I'm into them, but I'm like dialed in on the NFL right now.
Yeah.
Because my picks are good. I had an off week, which we'll get to.
Yeah.
More dialed in.
It's a different game. I mean, you get to watch NFL games. You don't really get to watch all the college games. I actually need to update this real quick. Gage, you went 1-2 this week.
Oh, okay.
I believe what did I do? I should know this. I went 2-1, so I took the lead in college football. So you are now 7-8 on the season.
Okay.
Which is, you're right there.
Respectable.
Yeah, I am 7-6-2. Pretty cool record.
Okay, we both have the same amount of wins.
Yeah.
Hey, give me some knucks.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So you took the L on the LSU Ole Miss game. I mean, that was a toss-up at the end, so can't feel too bad about that one. USC was winning by a lot, so that looked like it could have been in the bag, and then Colorado made it interesting at the end.
I need to stop betting on Colorado.
Yeah, stay away from them. I don't think they're on our picks this week, so
No.
you're good. Yeah. Your one win was Notre Dame, so they got that late cover with the touchdown. Then on my end, I got Oregon State, who covered easily at home against Utah. Lost on Florida versus Kentucky. Florida fucking sucks. I'm not betting on them ever again. And then Texas with the blowout win over Kansas got that W. So
There you go.
Gage, who are you picking this week?
I'm picking number 13 Washington plus 3.5 against UCLA. I'm not sure why UCLA is getting the minus 3.5. You kind of explained it to me earlier.
I think it's just lack of faith in Washington State from Vegas, but
That's fair.
yeah.
I'm also picking number 25 Louisville plus 6.5 against number 10 Notre Dame. And I'm also picking number 21 Missouri plus 6.5 against number 23 LSU. I am picking all dogs.
Yeah, you were very on the fence on that one. My three picks are going to be Texas in the Red River rivalry game.
You're doing that to our boy.
I'm sorry, Nick. I know
Wow.
I've been on Oklahoma for a lot of the season, but
Hook 'em.
I think the Magic's going to come to an end this week.
Very pleased to hear that Nick actually doesn't mind their uniforms, the white ones.
Oh, Texas.
Or didn't he say the white and the burnt orange is a good color?
So yeah, he did say something like that. You're right. Yeah.
It's not,
He's not a total homer.
The burnt, homer. The burnt orange is it's nice.
It's classic.
It's classic.
It's classic. Yeah, so I'm taking Texas minus 6.5 against number 12 Oklahoma. I'm also taking number 20 Kentucky.
I would have took this one too.
Yeah, plus 14.5 against number 1 Georgia.
Just given how Georgia's been playing recently, not blowing people out.
Yeah,
it's an easy pick on paper, but watch Georgia win by 20.
I was just gonna say they're gonna figure it out this week after we've been questioning them.
Yeah.
And then I'm also taking Texas A&M at home plus 2.5 against number 11 Alabama. Alabama has not been overly impressive this season, and I'm gonna take the upset here.
There you go.
College picks are in.
That's college football.
But